Volume okay?
Yes, it is.
Hey, good evening, everyone. Hey, turn your videos on so we can at least look at you, you know? I know everybody was out playing around today, doing whatever. It's Sunday night, but you know what? We're all friends. It's okay. Anyway, I hope you guys had a great weekend. We definitely did. Please grab a pen and paper. We have a lot of stuff to go over tonight with you. Exciting things, you know, everybody's rocking and rolling again. It's funny, you know, when you take 2,000 people out of commission for 4 or 5 days, 3, 4, 5 days in New Orleans. You know, when people go home, they got to catch up from the days they were away, and then they get busy. You know, it's really funny how it works, and it hasn't changed in the 30 years that we've been you know, that we've been doing this. So anyway, I'm going to get started. We had a great weekend and a busy week ahead. As you know, the pay period ends Friday night at midnight, wherever you are. Okay, so it's Friday night at midnight. So we have a whole week in front of us to do as much business as we can. Some of you have been busy, okay, and some of you are getting busy. But you know, I'd feel I'd feel remiss if I didn't mention, you know, April's got quite a few enrolled. Catalina, even though you were away and you are a full-time doctor and whatever else it is that you do, you got over 12 enrollments enrolling now. So you're and you're on your way to Double Diamond. So I'm going to challenge you by midnight on Friday to hit Double Diamond in the first month. Okay, because this is, you know, we were practicing the last 2 months, but it didn't count. Now it counts. Okay, and so I'm going to challenge you. I see Kenneth there. I'm going to throw this one out. I know Kenneth likes challenges. He already is Double Diamond, okay? And I know I listed everybody as Diamond. I know that, okay? But I'm going to challenge Kenneth to be Triple Diamond this month. So, hey, Kenneth, can you see me there? I see. So, you know, that's a stretch. He's a little further away than Catalina is, but April and I are just a couple hundred away from Double Diamond ourselves. Okay, so we're obviously that's on our screen too. Just so you know, and I always like to share with you when I hear something. Okay, I don't know this person, but I know the person at the top of the line. But I was scrolling through the Elite page on Facebook today, and in the first month. Okay, now this person's been in the business a while because they're an elite, but I don't know them. Okay, I've never met them. I don't know them, but they were 7 times diamond. So just do the math. 7 times 4 is what? 28,000. Okay, so the person's I'm like, okay, nothing like setting the bar a little bit high. Okay, for people, but yeah, it was 7 times. I'm like, wow. I get so excited when I hear that stuff and see that stuff. I really do, because it just shows you when you put your mind to it, it's easier than you think. I see Ira there. You got 4 or 5 this month too, and you I know you had some good appointments this weekend, so congrats on those. But a lot of good stuff going on, but we are getting busy. April, I got a couple more things I'm going to say, and then April put together some slides to help you navigate through what's going on right now in this company, which this company is exploding. Okay, it's exploding all over the place. And we're starting, we're going to do our first Evolve Zoom on Tuesday night. Okay, so Tuesday night at 8 o'clock, we'll be spending, it'll be a 30-minute overview of LifeVantage focused on collagen and the Tri-Synergizer, okay, the 3 protandems and collagen. That'll be the focus of the products. And then 15 minutes on how the business works and how to earn money, okay? And it'll be based on Evolve, okay, the new comp plan. So We're gonna have a lot to talk about. I sent out the invites. April will go over that a little more in a minute with you, but if you didn't get the invites to invite anyone that you have spoken to about Evolve since New Orleans, you should invite Tuesday night, okay? There's also 9 more specialty meetings that April's gonna talk to you about, okay? Where if you know somebody who does something as a profession, the meeting's going to be dedicated to that, okay? And April will go over that with you. But if you haven't looked on the training page, we have over 30 rank ups already this month with a week to go. And a lot of people's ranks will change this week, okay? But I just posted, it was either 14 or 16 Onyx, and I had posted 15 or 16 Emerald, Sapphire, and Diamonds the other day. So we have over 30 people in those personal sales ranks already, but we're really expecting people with this last month, okay, to finish with a flurry. And so we'll keep you posted on that. We have a Chicago date for the Chicago folks, okay? It's going to be a twofer. So my wife, April, she may be 39, but she acts like she's 16. You know, she's got energy, man. And she's doing 2 meetings in a day. She's flying out very early in the morning on April 11th. And we'll be doing a luncheon overview meeting right near Naperville. What is it? Downers Grove, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, up near Naperville. That'll be from 12 to 2. And then at Dr. Grege's office from 6:30 to 8:30 that same night. Okay, so April 11th, and we have invites for that. April will go over that with you. So that's on there. And then we're going to talk to you about the trip. Anyone want to go to the Dominican Republic for free? Just raise your hand if you want to go for free. Okay, I like to travel. And I'm telling you, there's nothing better about traveling than when you do it on someone else's dime, when they're paying, okay? It's the best. And we have 6 full months and whatever we did in March with enrollments, okay? So anything that we did with enrolling people in March, customers and consultants count towards the trip, but the official starting point on the trip is April 1st, okay? But they're allowing us, they're letting us cheat, okay, and count all March stuff too. So we get to do that also. But anyway, that's all I got for you. I know we're going to be running hard this week, but let me give it to April because she put together some great slides. Take some notes, please, and hopefully there'll be a couple minutes at the end. If you have some questions, we can take those. So go ahead, April.
Thanks. Good evening, everyone. Wow, we got a lot of people on. I'm so glad we're getting used to the Sunday night. It's a better night. I am going to go over a lot of the things that are going on. I want you to keep in mind that you do not have to physically be there anymore in order to have people invited to all these events. And we've talked so much about touches. And I'm going to run through a whole bunch of touches. I put some scripts in there because a few of you I know reached out today and said, this may be in your wheelhouse, people that you can invite and stuff, but these are just more touches that you can invite people to different meetings. So I put them all in a presentation, and you should be able to see that.
And we will post the recording of this later tonight too, so.
Yeah, I'm just going to find the play. Okay, there we go. Okay. All right. So you can see, you don't have to be there to win it. Again, keep in mind, we have the blue calendar, go through the blue calendar, just was on the blue calendar myself. I have some contacts down in San Antonio, just one of the meetings that was on there. And wouldn't you know, there's a meeting April 1st in San Antonio. So, and we're all going to be going there in 6 months. So obviously they got a little something going on down there. But again, I just reached out to the person, just said, hey, April 1st, 10 to 12, there's a meeting, right in your backyard, are you available? So again, these are all touches. The more touches you have going on, the easier this business gets. So this is what Bobby was talking about, the Tuesday night. You'll see there's just 2 different invites here, and I'm going to go through some of the different scripts. One is a liquid collagen, as we've had traditionally. But then the second one Bobby did was actually different money. So here, oh, okay. Here, I'm going to see, Bobby, can you make the squares shorter for just a little while so that they can see the whole message? But here are 3 different invites that I did, and just saying that, you know, we've got a special Zoom going on the Activating Collagen that we've been talking about. You know, if I sent you an invite, you know, would you be open to taking a look? So real casual, if not, no worries. So these are the things that, these are just text messages. So everybody that's ever commented on your stories for collagen, anyone you've ever talked to, anyone you've ever, again, it's repetition again and again, as far as sending this out to people. It's just a light touch. If it's the 10th time you send it to them, no worries. I mean, they don't care and you shouldn't care either. You're just waiting for the right time for them. So it may be the day where they looked in the mirror and said, geez, this face is getting old. I need to do something about it. So, you know, you just don't know when that time is. Maybe they were out in the sun this weekend. It's like, oh, that's enough of that, you know, so they may be interested in the collagen. But if you don't keep putting these touches out there, you'll never get them to say, okay, I get it. Tell me a little bit more. Or I said, you know, hey, you know, the collagen you've been using. Well, if I showed you how you could earn 20 to 40,000 with that on a Zoom Tuesday night, would you be open? Yeah, if they're looking to earn money, if they love the collagen, they've probably already talked to 1 or 2 people. People see results with other people on the collagen. I've had a lot of my customers, people said, what are you doing with your face? Is that a new laser, or what's going on with that? And I mean, it really runs the gamut from people that have done nothing with terrible sun damage to people that have used, you know, all kind of fillers and laser or whatever, you know, all kind of stuff out there. So they've done everything there. So, you know, that's just another invite. If you've been around like Bobby and I for years, you know, that industry we've been in, well, it's totally changed. We've got a game change, a Zoom that I want to invite you to. Are you open to taking a look at it? It has gotten so easy. Simple messages like this, you can text out a whole bunch of them. Take 20 minutes, half an hour, and go through your phone and just reacquaint yourself. That you probably forget. Bobby and I do this all the time. We'll be talking and he'll see something on Facebook, and then I have a list of people that I've forgotten about. I mean, they just, you know, maybe they're from, you know, the old company, or I haven't seen them in years. We've lost touch. These are great ways just to, you know, hey, how you doing? I've got something that might be of interest to you. So, you know, we need to do a lot of this now. So this is the first of the special. Bobby mentioned 8 special Zooms, and this is actually another group that's doing it. It's the girls in California. They do an amazing job. And, you know, this is so perfect for somebody that, you know, when I think of, you know, Dr. Grija and her group in particular down under Jay and stuff, you know, 2 estheticians and a salon owner, we know for sure are going to be on tomorrow. So, you know, if you've been working on an esthetician, salon owner, even if you've got an appointment maybe to meet them in the future or next week, or they're on hold, just say, hey, this special Zoom just popped up. I know you don't want to miss this. I'm going to send it over just in case you can make it. I want to let you know that it's there. Again, you know, you're just letting them know what's going on with
let
it.
them know all of these are available in the Team Unity training page and the Collagen Picks. They're in both places.
Yeah. So, and they kept the Zoom numbers the same. So if you need to pull the pictures out or anything, just pull them out of either one of those groups, and you can just text it over, you know. So again, this one is particular to skincare. The next one, what's going on here? The next one is Kairos, pharmacists and nurses. That's Wilhelmina in particular. A lot of nurses, Angie Alley, you know, I mean, a lot of nurses on here, Kairos, you know, we have those too. So in fact, that one meeting that we're going to do is in a chiropractor's office. So again, get them on the Zoom, let them hear from other people in their own niche. The power of somebody else saying exactly what you're saying. It's kind of like, you know, your mother growing up, she said things to you, and it wasn't until you were a mother and you heard those same things come out of your mouth. I mean, it's just the way it is. You know, you said, I'd never say that. And so this is how we learn lessons, but we learn lessons from other people. People we're closest to, we don't always hear what they're saying. A total stranger can say it and has all the value in the world. It's the craziest thing, but you know, that's just how it is. And then we have real estate professionals. Again, you know, I got to imagine with interest rates and stuff, things have got to be a little bit dicey there, a little up in the air. Maybe they get tired of doing showings on Saturdays, Sundays, going out at night, crazy hours and stuff. So Not to mention how scary it must be going into strange houses these days. So, I mean, it's a whole new environment out there. So you never know. Another source of income for real estate, again, brokers, I've heard them talk, you got to prepare for, somebody does a great job of that. Oh, Tyler Daniel, if you've heard him, he said you had to have that second income. You had to have something else because it's up and down. It goes in cycles and stuff. And so, knowing what's going on. Teachers, again, another industry out there. They have always been famous for side hustles, so to speak, or side jobs. They've always done other things. And they're really good in this industry because they're good at teaching. They're good at explaining things to people. So if I was approaching a teacher, I'd just say, hey, teachers do really good in this industry. They are great at teaching others how to build a business, even a business they don't even know what they're talking about. You got to take a look at this. So, again, you can hear some words that I always say, you got to take a look at it. This is for you. I use the word great, if you're open. These are kind of words that you just use to get people to react to what you want. And then special needs kids. Again, I reached out to Dana earlier. This is another, where they can just talk among themselves and kind of relate to one another. Different things that they're dealing with that, maybe I'm not dealing with. So, my kids are all gone. So it doesn't really apply to me, but it does apply to a lot of other different people. And then the animal world, we all love animals. Some of us have a lot more than others, so again, if you've got a breed, we've heard, again, on Facebook groups, if you've got a certain type of dog, you can do wonderful things just connecting, because people love to talk about their animals, love to talk about their pets, their horses, whatever it is out there. So again, just another option. And then this one, college to retirement, part of my theme, I'm not sure about the college angle, but, retirement, I don't think there's a better business as you get older than this business, between community, continue earning, it's not really strenuous or anything. So, something that we can do and be connected for a really long time. So I think this is a great, great industry, particularly for my age group. And then the fitness professionals, again, you think about our products, what they do there, the testimonies, the stories, the collagen, huge there, but that's a whole nother industry if that's the industry if you're in. If you're not into one of these though, let's say you're not a real estate agent, you don't have any friends, do not go into that. Stick with what you know, that rapport building is the best there as well. Okay, so these are the two. Downers Grove is the one that Bobby mentioned. We're going to do a luncheon. This is the chiropractor's wife. This is under Jaya. This is a little further out, maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes north of where Dr. Grege's office is. So kind of in that area. We're going to do a luncheon there, and then we're going to go over to Dr. Grege's office for the evening, 6:30 to 8:30, to go ahead and do a meeting there. And again, I think these are all in the Teamunity training page now, so you can go ahead and grab them and just do RSVP, let them know who's coming, and let me know so I know who to look out for. If you've got a guest coming, tell me a little bit about your guests so that I can greet them warmly and they don't feel uncomfortable. If you want to jump on and do a quick phone call or something before they even get there to make them feel more welcome, I'm more than open to that. I'm going to go through the trip kind of quickly. There's a lot of different angles, but the trips are exciting. It's great to get a free trip, but I got to tell you, I really enjoy the time with other, consultants, just hearing about their business, how they're building their business. I feel we learn as much on these trips as we do, even when we go to conventions, just kind of sitting back and having some kind of, I don't know, icy cocktail or something there, and just, picking their brains on how they're building the business. So the qualification is April 1st through September 30th. Now, what they said for the month of March, all the different distributors, consultants and customers that you may gather this month, you get points for. The rest of it you don't, but you do get it as far as customers and consultants that you're adding. So again, everybody's going to be a little bit different. If you're like me, I already got my pad out and I've kind of charted how I'm going to do it. I've asked a few questions. If you do not visualize how you're going to do it, you're not there. It just won't ever happen. Start earlier. The company has been great. It's been our experience the last few trips that if they notice not too many are doing it, or they want to put some, some fire on the trip, they'll throw in some points, double points, triple points. They'll do some different things. So you don't want to wait till last minute. So you want to start gathering your customers, your distributors today. The first one is your personally enrolled customers and consultants. So customers, they need to be 100 points. Collagen works perfectly in there. Distributors need to be 150 points, which again, so you put a few different things in there and just add it up to over the 150 points. Second month orders, which will start next month. Also, you'll get points for that. And then those that are achieving Sapphire and Diamond, every month you will get 15 or 30 points. So every month that's accumulative. So
just to hit on the ranks, and I know a lot of the Onyx are close to Emerald and a lot of the Emerald close to Sapphire. Sapphire is where the points start, okay, for the trip, okay? Yeah. And then, of course, going from Sapphire, which a lot of you are close to Diamond, you can double those points. So just keep in mind, it's just rolls from one month to the next, and you get them every month. So go ahead, April.
Okay. And then for those that are getting MVP, means you have 3 distributors doing 200 in volume each. You pick up points when you initially qualify for MVP, and then every month you repeat that, you get 5 or 20 points for MVP reoccurring as well. And then growth in your organization. The 2 things that you need to keep in mind is we need to have business of over 20,000 for the growth points, but the trip, to be on the trip, you need to be the old rank of Pro 4 or 10,000 in points. So just keep that in mind. But if you're doing any of these activities, you're going to be there
by the final month, April. They
by the final month.
The final month, by September.
Yeah. So this is, just a small thing. The points was hard to I just kind of copied and pasted. So it's 300 points, 400 points, 500 points, and 650. 650 is 4 nights in the hotel with a lot of different perks, includes airfare. The lesser ones don't include airfare, but include the 4 nights. So, it's 300 points that you're looking for initially that you want.
Well, and they're 1 or 2. They're either 1 person or 2 person. So
1 person or 2 person. So 400 would be 2 for the 4 nights. So, but again, the whole thing is you got to start today. You have to start working, because this is one of those things that just continually moves on. You can't wait a month or 2 and just say, all right, now I'm in, because it just doesn't work that way. Okay. This was another thing I wanted to go to. This has come a few times. I got a little video and I hope it's going to play well. I noticed when some people, and there's actually studies out there, I noticed when some people send out what they perceive as a cart to somebody, they think that they're just sending their referral link. So like, would be Wagner.lifevantage.com or something, or even if you use your number.lifevantage.com, that would be the incorrect way to do it. So the correct way, and the way to maximize that you actually have people follow through and check out in your cart, would be to send them a direct link from the shopping cart itself, which means we would want to take the collagen, go to where the product page is, put it on a subscription, and then put it into the cart. And then you're going to see an 8 that's a sideways 8. That means that you can copy the link. And I've got a video I'm going to show it to you, and then we'll put it in the training page. But the value of sending them right to the shopping cart, because there's 2 schools. Some think, let them shop around and stuff. But I believe we have too many products, and it takes too long to get to the shopping cart. And people get distracted. Maybe a kid runs in, the dog has to go out, the phone rings, or they press on something and go somewhere crazy in the website. So, it's been my experience, and what I like to do is send them a link directly to the shopping cart. Again, it removes the barriers of checking out. They don't get confused where they're going. It simplifies, shopping prices so that they can see the 2 options right there. It just creates less error. And I think that's important. But the conversation up to that point, you need to prepare your customer. I've noticed with collagen, most everybody, the first thing they ask me is how much, and then how long does a bottle last? These are the questions I get, so I guess because we're always posting bottles, how much does it cost? How long does a bottle? So you're going through this whole thing. So we've gotten price out of the way. But ultimately, before you send them the link for the shopping cart, you need to ask them, are you ready to purchase? Or do you have more questions? You know, do you want me to send you a link? You need to get a yes, some kind of buying signal before you just send a link. You can't just send a link and hope that they go there and then, you know, they still have questions and stuff. So you have to have gotten a yes, which, you know, again, I think sometimes people just send it there and hope that some magic will happen and something they'll see in the shopping cart. You have to have already sold them on whatever product it is before you send a link to the shopping cart. And then they say, you know, it's like crazy, a number of people that will actually go check out and purchase a product, as opposed to when you just send them to the website and then they never go through the whole process. So just a little food for thought there. This is how you can find anybody's number. So you've got an organization and, you know, Carol calls you up and she says, I don't know my referral link and I got somebody that wants to buy the collagen. Look up their ID number, their consultant ID number, .lifevantage.com. It will take you right to their site. So this will make it easier if you don't happen to know. Keep their numbers and stuff in your phone so you can grab this stuff easy. Some of this stuff, you know, links to shopping carts, I have them in my notes so that I can grab them super quick. But, you know, any ID number, .lifevantage.com, and then put the products in. So I'm hoping this will play. There it's going. Okay. There's no music or anything. It's just, but you can see I put the ID number in .lifevantage.com. And I'm doing this on my phone on the regular website. I didn't go to the app. It's just taking a little while to load. That's our website. I'm scrolling down to shop, which I think isn't the clearest for a lot of people. So shop, this is why I prefer the shopping cart. I'm picking my product. I always tell them it's cheaper on subscription. Considerably cheaper. I mean, this really isn't a gray area anymore. And you can see there's actually I copied there's a little 8 at the top. You're just going to click on that and then it says copy. You're going to copy it and you can put it into a text. You can put it into an email. So it's a copy and then you're just going to hit paste.
Explain that again because they can't see it on the screen, the link at the top. Just explain that.
So let me see something. Let me go back just a little bit. Okay. So when I got to here, this page, the very top of this page, there's a sidewards 8. Okay. And that means you can copy the link. So you're going to press on that sidewards 8, and then it's going to look like this. Okay. Then you're going to press the copy button again. So you've kind of copied it twice, but you press the copy button. And now you can take this anywhere on your phone or your computer and just hit paste. Okay, so hopefully, and again, we'll put that there. And if you've got, this is really important. This is the base of our business, because if you're thinking you're sending a link and you're not sending a link, you're sending them somewhere else, you know, it creates a lot of problems. Signing them up under somebody else, not doing your follow-up when you send a link. You know, when you send a link to someone doesn't absolutely mean that they've always purchased it. So you do want to make sure that you do follow up and make sure that they didn't go to somebody else's site. Maybe they had a cookie because you interested them in the collagen and they Googled, you know, collagen activator and came up on somebody else's site and it held the cookie. If you let the company know right away, it's not an issue. If this goes on a month later and then you say, oh, my customer is under somebody else, you know, then there's paperwork involved and everybody has to check it out and stuff. So again, just because you've sent a link, put it in your calendar that next day to say, hey, I didn't see it, or welcome them. I'm so excited that you decided to purchase the product, and then mark it 3 days later. The products have been going out in record time. I mean, delivery has literally been like 3 days later. I'm surprised at how fast they're getting the collagen out and the other products at this point. But again, that follow-up, that initial follow-up is huge. So
folks, don't ever give someone a link to your website. There's just way too much stuff there. You know, if for some reason you're not, I don't know why you wouldn't want to give them direct to the cart, like April was talking about. The only reason somebody might not do that is because they haven't discussed the cost or the price with somebody. But the furthest away the link should ever be is directly to the product that you spoke about. Okay, that is, so if I spoke collagen, if I spoke Tri-Synergizer, if I spoke NAD, whatever it was that we talked about, I have to take them at least directly to that page, if not directly to the shopping cart for that product. Okay, that's a must. And, you know, and then following up with them, you know, it's so important. And you think you're being a nag, but what you're doing is being professional and showing your care. And as soon as you realize you're doing them a service and you're showing that you care and you're not just trying to get them to buy and love them and leave them, I'm telling you, everything changes. Because when people know your heart's into it, they buy and they know you care, and everything changes when you do that. April?
No, I just thought that was important there, because I know there's nothing more frustrating than thinking that you've sold somebody something and they don't buy.
So if you're getting calls from your downline or team members about links, carts, you know, things like that. April mentioned this, but we have every person that we've ever enrolled, their ID number is in notes in our phone. So, you know, if Dr. Goodman said, I need a link, I don't need to log in and find his ID number. When I signed him up, his ID number went in my phone. Okay. And if he ever has a problem, I know I can put his ID number .lifevantage.com, and that's his website. And I don't need to be home with my computer. I can go right to that collagen or right to that Tri-Synergizer on his site and copy and paste that and send it to him. If he can't do it, or he's doing his doctor thing and he doesn't have the time, that you can do that. So make sure your teammates, when you're bringing them in, put their ID number in the notes in the information section in your phone, where you put their email and phone number. There's a section called notes, and just put their LifeVantage ID number there. You never have to go look for it. It's always there. Just like their email. It's just always there. So what else you got, April? You want to open it up?
Yeah, let's open it up. Sure. Yeah, it's already half an hour.
So, hey, that was a lot of stuff, but there's
Yeah.
a lot of things going on, folks. We are full blown into Evolve. It's a new company, and we're full blown. So there's going to be a lot of Zooms in a lot of different specialties. There's going to be, as the next couple of weeks go by, you're going to see that blue calendar fill up with live meetings. And we're working on a lot of stuff. We're working on going up to Hilton Head. We're working on some local stuff in Orlando. We got a ton of things that we're working on, but as we do them, we'll get them to you like we did tonight. So what do you got? Questions on anything? Len, go ahead.
Yeah, the specialized Zooms that are for the different professions, do you know if those will be recorded? Because they're like in the next day or two.
They're all this week. They're like all this week. They might not. I don't know.
You know, the
don't
thing I
know.
know about inviting is too much time ahead is not good, because
Right.
people forget. So
Right.
ideally a day or two is ideal, because either they're available or they're not.
That's
start
why
to
we're
give-
doing Tuesday night, because
Yeah.
you don't want more than 2 days before the event, because they just forget. It gets off of their text thread, it gets off of their email, it's too far out. So we always do that. But if they're recorded, we'll post them, you know.
Okay,
But we would never tell anybody, if you can't make it, there'll be a recording. So we don't tell them that anyway. But if they are, we'll make sure we post them in the group.
now I was just thinking, if I contacted somebody in that profession and they didn't get back to me by Monday or Tuesday, whenever the Zoom was, if there's, in a case like that, I'd like to be able to send them the recording.
We'll check on them. Like I said, it's Angie and Christy and Tara. It's their group, so I don't know if they're recording them or not.
Okay, thank you.
Questions, anybody? You gotta have more questions than that. Catalina, you good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
you got some Zooms there with you got so many skincare professionals in your organization. Some of those will come in handy for your team.
Yeah, and trying to, invite other people too. So we'll see.
And again, you remember for everyone out there, we were doing a lot of collagen Zooms and opportunity Zooms before Rachel and Tyler started, doing all of theirs. So, we'll do a good meeting Tuesday night. We'll record it, we'll edit it, we'll keep it to 30 minutes or less. And if you want to be using something in the future that involves your partners in the business, not someone else, you'll have one, because we'll record that and that'll be available. And there's going to be a couple areas in that, just so you know, to keep it 30 minutes or less. There's some areas you just cannot go into details. There's not enough time. So when I said I'm going to talk about earning an extra 20 to 40,000 a year, okay, the focus is going to be on building your basket, okay, and helping two people fill their basket. The personal sales bonus, that is going to be the focus of the opportunity. And then if somebody says, well, okay, that's 20 to 40,000, what about more? Like, what about somebody that's earning six figures already in another business? Okay, well, if it's 40 and you want 80, you do the scenario again. If it's 40 and you want 120, you do that scenario 2 more times. Okay, so you can make that work for any income, and you'll see me do it Tuesday night, okay? But if you ever get this really imprinted in your head, like get a clear picture of this, anybody in this business that can earn 20 to 40,000 in a year can earn 200 to 400,000 in a year. See, everything's duplicatable, and the 20 to 40 is harder than 200 to 400. Trust me on that. We've been there years ago. Okay, if you can earn 20 to 40,000 a year, you can earn 200 to 400,000 a year. The bigger numbers get easier. Okay, because you get into what we call your it's the birds of a feather thing. You get into the warm markets of people that are very entrepreneurial minded. And you've probably heard this in New Orleans, and you may have heard us say it. The odds of the person that you personally bring in the business being the person, like the big gun, being the Rachel or the Tyler, okay, the odds of you recruiting that person are so slim. Okay, why? Well, look at geometric progression. If the average person recruits, say, 5 people in the business, you got a 1 in 5 shot. But if you go down through the levels, well, there's 25 on your next level. Well, it's 5 times more likely the superstar will show up there. If you go down to your 3rd level, well, there's 125 on your 3rd level. You got a way better chance of the person being the superstar coming in on your 3rd level, because there's more down there. Okay, so that's why when we talk, let's say smaller numbers, 20 to 40,000, we're not talking small numbers. That's the working model that gets duplicated as many times as a person wants to earn whatever they want. Okay, that's how that system works. So, but the reason I bring that up is I will mention that there's 8 or 9 different ways we earn money, free trips, free Jeeps, all that. But my focus is going to be on how to make 20 to 40,000 this coming year. Okay, that will be the focus on it, and that will get people's attention. The other thing that will get mentioned is anyone that's ever had any experience in a network marketing company has experienced getting a big commission on the first order or the initial recruitment of a new distributor, and then having a big drop off after that. Okay, we are going to emphasize that your commission on customers never changes. Okay, it can only go up from where it is. Okay, and once you're a diamond, it can never change. Okay, if you're a diamond and you're earning $40 on a collagen order, that's every single month. every month, not just first month, that's every month. And that's where we have really separated ourselves from the industry now, is that our repeat earnings are the same as they were the first month or higher. Where we went from the first month and lower, now it's the first month and higher, because once you're Onyx, you're making more. Once you're an Emerald, you're making more. Once you're Sapphire, you're making more. Once you're Diamond, you max it out. Okay, so that's the separation point, and I'll hit a little bit on that, but again, you can't cover every detail, and you want to leave the impression of simplicity with a guest, okay, as you close the meeting, but you'll see, we got it mapped out pretty good. I think you'll like it. So get your guest on it. Who else? Any other questions? Zuma, you got anything? Ira?
Yeah, I'm gonna be out of town when you're in April, on April 11th. So I'm gonna miss you, but I will try to get people to both the morning and evening if I can. But I also wanted to know if you had thought about doing a repeat of what we did on the February 22nd. And during warmer weather, so we don't have to worry about Rachel getting snowed in.
Oh, yeah, we'll just, yeah, when Bobby comes too. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, have you had any thoughts about dates yet at all?
No,
April
Or
11th.
even
Yeah.
month?
yeah,
Yeah, okay.
we'll get through those two meetings and then continue. Yeah.
And again, right now, everybody forget about April 11th. The first thing to be scheduling people for is Tuesday night, March 28th. Okay, and get people on that. Like Ira, you had a great dinner with guests the other day. They've already bought product.
Yeah.
They should get on there and see the business presented for 30 minutes. That is the perfect. I know some of you have been talking to me about prospects and people that you met after you got back from New Orleans or on your way home from New Orleans. Those are the people that you need to get plugged in on Tuesday night. Okay, those are the ones. And if they don't get on, okay, there will be a recording. There will be those 8 specialty meetings going on all week. There's not going to be any end to plugging them in. And like April shared, the more touches, the better. They don't have to get on the first one, but you need to keep touching and reminding. And one day a bill shows up. One day a commission is less than somebody expected. One day somebody looks in the mirror and doesn't like the way they look. We don't know what day that is, but you need to continue to reach out and touch. And you will capture that day when that day happens. It'll happen. It's just a timing thing in this business. So, Joanne, you got anything? Kenneth? I know, Kenneth, you got a lot to plug in. Ally, you and Angie good?
I don't know where I saw this. I thought it was in our Team Unity group, but Vandy Flake uploaded a incentive trip tracker that's really good, made it super clear to me.
Good.
Like points and where they come
Holly
from.
did a tracker too. We just,
The company did one too.
the
So, I mean,
company did one too.
yeah,
Because it's the end of the month, we just, everyone knows their customers and consultants count. We just didn't, with all the invites out, we just didn't want to just freaking upload everything, trying not to scramble people's eggs, it's like upload craziness, because we have all the invites that went out too. And yeah, obviously all the ranks were just posted, but yeah, there are trackers and we're hoping, I don't know, and we don't know this for a fact, we're hoping there'll be a tracker online in our back office. Okay, we're hoping that, every time we get points, we don't have to wait the month to see it. It happens on a daily basis. So we're hoping that happens too. And which would be great. Okay, if you could just log in and see your points every day as they change. So who else? Any other questions?
I do have a question, but I'd rather talk one-on-one.
I didn't even see who was speaking.
oh, Cheryl, okay.
Oh, all right, just call April. Noel, you good? Just remember, if you got a question, probably everyone else does too. You'd be doing everyone a favor by asking it.
I'm okay. The people I was talking to you about on my text message, I'm still following up with them. We're in communication. I'm inviting both of them to the meetings, so.
Well, it's going to be a big week. There's going to be a massive number of enrollments go in this week. We want you all participating and, you know, being a part of that. You know, and you've heard me say this a zillion times over the months and years that you've known us. Momentum is king in this business, and you can never have a killer month in a new month if you don't close strong. You got to carry the momentum from the previous month into the new month, because no matter how much we try, we may have 5 or 10 people that we're like working on that we're trying to get closed. A couple of them will, most of them won't. And that most that doesn't carries over into the beginning of a new month. And that's when they end up closing. So not everyone cooperates on our deadlines. Let's say, you know, if they're not in the business, our deadlines don't mean anything to anybody. You know, our month's closing, they don't care, you know, that our month is closing. It doesn't matter. They only care when they're in. Okay, that's the only time they care. So that's why you want to always have stuff going on. You want to always have.
Do keep in mind, if you've got some distributors that have gotten quiet on you, plug them into some of this stuff. Go back to
Yes.
them, you know, let them see something different. If they've heard Bobby and I, put them into one of those. I mean, that's the beauty of all this stuff coming at you. So again, if you've got some distributors that got quiet, you've got some customers that are kind of wondering how they fit into this. You know, these are great opportunities to plug people into.
All right, well, I'll get this, if that's it on questions. Anyone else? Anybody? I don't want to leave anyone out. Feel free. I'll get this edited and posted in the group. And if anyone on your team missed it, you can just tag them, you know, in the group and get it out to them. But anyway, let's, you know, it's 2-minute warning time for the rest of the week. Okay, so we got to midnight Friday, wherever it is. It's midnight Mountain Time. So for East Coast, feel free to go to 2 a.m. Okay, if that's the end of the month. We've done that. Okay, it gets real exciting when people keep you up. Generally, it's West Coast people keeping East Coast people up. It's kind of how it works. But that's a good problem when it happens. So, but have a great evening, everyone. I'll get this posted and just shoot over any questions if anything.